In this video, we'll learn how to derive the almighty formula from the quadratic formula. So let's not talk too much. Let's just turn to a book. We should go now.
Hello guys, so in this video we'll be deriving the almighty formula from the quadratic equation. So we know the quadratic equation to be ax squared plus bx plus c is equal to 0. From this equation we derive the quadratic formula or the almighty formula. So for us to start, the first step is for us to take the constant to the right hand side. The constant here, c, goes to the right hand side. So we'll have a new equation, minus c. The plus c crosses the equality sign, it comes to become minus c. So the next step here is for us to divide through by the coefficient of s squared, which is a. So we divide through by a. Bx all over a is equal to minus c all over a. So we can see a here can cancel a here. We then have s squared plus bx all over a is equal to minus c all over a. Alright guys, now please pay close attention to this step because at this point many students get confused. Now what we do in this point is for us to complete the square. We complete the square. Have you ever heard about completing the square method? That's what we're about to do. We complete the square. Now for us to complete the square, what that means is we get a square from the coefficient of x here, which is b all over a. We get a square. So that means we will take the coefficient of x, b all over a, half it, and then square it all together. So completing the square simply means we take the coefficient of x here, which is b all over a. Let's do that. Take b all over a, we have it, that's multiplied by 1 all over 2, we have it, and then we square all of it all together. So what would that give us? B times 1 is b all over a times 2 is 2a squared. So this is what we're looking for, guys. All right, so we go ahead to do it. We add this thing we have gotten now to both sides. All right, so completing the square means we do this and then we add it to both sides. That's the step we are on now. So we have s squared plus bx all over a plus this thing b all over 2a all squared. Anything you add or subtract, anything you just do to the left hand side, you must do to the right hand side for it to remain an equation. So you also add b all over 2a all squared to this side. We can just put it in front here. It's still the same thing because the sign in front here is still positive. Then we bring minus c all over here right there. All right guys, so you're moving pretty cool. Now the next step is for us to factorize the perfect square trinomial. Factorize the perfect square trinomial. That simply means that we neglect x and its coefficient and then we take x and put in brackets, and then we put the sign that is right in front of it here. That's right in front of this guy that has a square here. We put plus, and then we put b all over 2a, and we square all of them out together. So this is how we factorize a perfect square trinomial. Okay, this is a perfect square trinomial. If you want more about this, please go to the description of this video, join the group there, and private chat me. I'm the admin of the group. So we have equal to, we open the bracket here, b square all over 2 square is 4, a square is a square minus c all over a. Now at this point what we do is we solve the right hand side. Okay, we focus on the right hand side. Now for us to solve the right hand side, we see two fractions here, but we want to compress it into one. So what we will do is find the LCM. All right, so we draw a line here. So we check what's common between two of them. 4a squared is what will stay under here. 4a squared is common between two of them. 4a squared divided by 4a squared will give us 1. 1 times b squared is b squared. Bring minus here. 4a squared divided by a is 4a. 4a times c will give us 4ac. All right, so we have reached this point. We add this guy, x plus b all over 2a all squared. All right, now at this point we see a square, we want to eliminate the square, so we introduce square root. So we find the square root of this guy, and anything you do to this left hand side, you must do to the right hand side. So square root of that, square root will cancel square sign, and we now have x plus b all over 2a is equal to square root b square minus 4ac. Square root sign belongs to both the numerator and also belongs to the denominator. So we have square root of 4 here, which will give us 2, and square root of a square, which will give us a. So finally, what we have to do here, take note that this will give us a plus or minus sign. Alright, so anytime you find a square root, know that that's how either be positive or negative. So at this point, what happens is that plus b all over 2a will cross to come this side and leave x alone. Remember, our goal is to make x subject of formula. So we'll finally have x will be equal to, this will cross becomes minus, when plus crosses equality sign becomes minus b all over 2a plus or minus square root of b squared minus 4ac all over 2a. Now in fractions, there's a rule that states that when two fractions are adding and there is a common denominator, you can just maintain one denominator and add the numerators. So add or subtract numerators. So we will have our final answer to be minus b plus or minus square root of b squared minus 4ac all over 2a. Maintain one denominator, and this is the almighty formula, or the quadratic formula. So guys, that is how we derive the quadratic formula. Any step not understood, please ask questions in the group. So that's it guys, I will see you in the next video.